Sawadee-Kap, come somebody my, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand, welcome back to True Blue Diet, it's me, and yeah, so for instance it's Wan Sao, I believe, yeah, but it's you know, Sao, well, SU, Sao, Wan Sao tomorrow, SU. It's Friday for you guys in the UK and yeah, English speaking world, so, and yeah, so for instance, yeah, so welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Thailand. How are you getting on today? It's a bit of a cloudy one here in Thailand, still around about 20, the high 20s. It's going to be rainy for the next few days, so you might, so I've got the light on here. I've still got this door closed, etc., because of the glare. But for instance, yeah, it's going to be quite cloudy for the next 2 days and raining. So I'm going to definitely take advantage of when I'm running. So I'm definitely going to be out running for the next few days, etc., and go swimming. But I have got to take care because again, from the last time I got stuck by a mamoon, a jellyfish, big jellyfish, which went straight around, hit on my arm. It's not the first time, but so this was. If you feel my arm here, what's it called? It's, you know, it's nice and smooth your skin, but this is like someone's got a cheese grater. But against my arm, so for instance, it's healing okay, but it's still, you can feel the where the stings went in. It just kind of rolled against my arm, and I kind of like pushed it away. It was a kind of like a yellow, a white jellyfish around about this big, and it just kind of rolled against my arm. And yeah, so for instance, and so last time I was swimming in the sea, which gets very rarely talked about in Thailand. It should, it really doesn't, you know, and I keep saying to her, why people don't mention it. I just don't understand, because quite honestly, the you know, and it should be you know, because they talk about the especially Phuket, etc., because you know, people swimming in the sea, oh, it's a bit, I can swim, no worries, and drowning, and even though there's big red flags saying don't swim, oh, what's up? Anyway, so and then so for instance, but also you got to take care because of, again, for instance, you're swimming in the sea and there's things in the sea. So for instance, I'm lucky I've been okay. I have touched a few animals and etc., but I have been stung now a few times. I know a guy, for instance, who looks at me and goes, "Stop it, don't go." But I love swimming, and I love the in the sea rather than a swimming pool, because you get that fighting. It's yeah, it's what's it called you get with the sea. And so it's very good at strengthening, and I like lying on my back, etc., and just floating. It's just wonderful. You can't sink, you just sit up there and just look up. Anyway guys, that's enough of me. That's about 3 minutes I've chatted, and we got a lot to talk about. My Christ, so much going on Manchester City wise, etc., you know. But let's get crack into it. Right, okay, first of all, where are we starting? The Euros. Got to start in the Euros. For instance, a lot of disrespect. I've been listening to the British men now, for instance, talking about the fact that, for instance, England won on penalties against Sweden yesterday. For instance, won 3-2 against penalties, and there was quite a few penalties missed. Now, okay, fine, but the fact is, then English men, right, I listen to talk about, oh, disgusting, how can you miss so many penalties? Oh, England's got to go away and practice on penalties. How, you know, you talk about how many times have England men gone out on penalties, for flip's sake, and you have the gall to sit there and criticise the English women who succeeded on penalties, but your English men are now going, oh, their penalty taking was disgusting. You're disgusting, you're terrible. I can believe that. You know, they can talk crap and oh, it's terrible. Adrian Durham talk about England women now, they need to go away and practice penalties. You know, and you know, come on. The difference between English women and English men is that English women succeed, and what's it called, and gone through penalties, where English men now 9 times out of 10 they're out. Anyway, so hell of a game. It started at 2 a.m. in the morning in Thailand. So, but I woke up at you know, I didn't watch it because, again, for instance, I need my beauty sleep, and you know, yeah, Exhibit A. Anyway, so but it is I watched this morning, and I was hoping to watch the entire game on UEFA TV, what's it called, without actually being told the score. Only find what's it called, they plastered the score right in front of my eyes when I turned it on, and but I still thought England were pretty damn lucky, to tell you the truth. Look, I knew Sweden's area was going to be a difficult team to beat, and yeah, and it proved so. They gave Rebecca Knapp for Germany a very tough time, and they won their group, etc. So they're not easy pushovers. So yeah, I knew they were going to be tough, and they were basically the better team. And so, for instance, but and England with Lucy Bronze, ex-Man City, for instance, scoring that great goal to get them back into it, and second goal, for instance, to take it to extra time, and then of course the penalties. And while they were doing penalties, both Alex and Lauren played. Lauren played, I think she played 70 minutes. Alex played a full 120. But it appears that, for instance, and I was watching the penalties being taken, and the guy, for instance, he was, here's Alex Greenwood, the Manchester City player, and he, Lucy Bronze, any other one, right, Lauren James, etc., never talked about who they play for. Only Alex, the Manchester City defender. You know, I thought, oi, of course, we look, she misses, but, you know, yeah, oi. Anyway, so, but, I mean, Thailand too long. Oi! That's how you say things over here. Anyway, so, yeah, so, but congratulations to England getting through the playing against Italy, one of my favourite countries. Italia, for instance. Yeah, I've just been watching the fair for Riyadh, which the Royal International Air Tattoo. I normally go there when I was back in the UK. I love aircraft as well, and they had the Tiragliori, for instance, doing their Italian flag going across. Anyway, it's just a bit of divert. I was watching that on live yesterday on YouTube, for instance, but on Planes TV. That was cool. Watching it was a very good. I like planes. Sorry, don't like him. A man. I like machines. Okay, so I like planes. I always like planes. Man City. Okay. So, watching this massive Italian flag. Anyway, let's move on. So, yeah, so they got Italia next. I think it's next Tuesday. One at it. No, not one I did, that's Sunday. Next Tuesday, one I can. Yeah, so for instance, and yeah, so good luck to them. So Italia played against Norway. They beat Norway, so for instance 2-1 in the other semi-final. So we've got the other ones tonight. The next one tonight, I think it's Rebecca's team tonight. I'm not sure. Let me just have a quick look. But yeah, so what's it called? But well done England, well done Man City players. Unfortunately, Kara and Jess didn't come on, etc., which is a shame. But congratulations to again. But I'm sure they're a part of the team. So yeah, you got Spain, España, another country lived in against the host Sweden, Switzerland, and then of course, then the last game, France against Germany. Okay, but yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Yeah. England gets it at 8 o'clock, another 2 o'clock in the morning kickoff. Right, okay, so well done England, well done Alex and Lauren and Kara and Jess. So congratulations, and I said, like, for instance, now it's Leila, for instance, who plays for Spain against the hosts. Against another City player as well, for instance, and one of our newbies. Sorry, Madame, I've forgotten your name. Anyway, but good luck, ladies, and we'll see how we get on. Anyway, right, okay, just want to talk about a few things before we talk about we've got St.Marks Day. Let me talk about a few other things before we come to Marks. St. Marks. Yep, sorry. Let's have a look at. We had a death yesterday of a City legend. He played for Manchester City and he played for a few. Played for the Rags as well. Was it called Wyn Davies? Yeah, and Welshman. He passed away yesterday, so he had a hell of a career by the looks of it. And so I'll just have a quick rest in peace to you, sir. Sorry, cat. But yeah, so it's a shame. Let's have a quick look. He's. I did look at it. I did get his history. He played for a lot of the northern clubs. Yeah, let me just have a quick look. Let me just get it up, Wyn Davies, because he deserves the respect. Yeah, he played for Manchester City. For instance, yeah, he plays. It was Ronald Wyn Davies, born March 1942 to July 2025. Welsh professional footballer who made over 550 Football League appearances in the 1960s and 70s, and also was capped by Wales. Played for he played for a lot of clubs. He played for Carnarvon Town, Wrexham, Bolton Wanderers, Newcastle. Came to City in 1970 and 1972. I did remember him. I did see him play. As again, I was very young. But I do remember he made 45 appearances for Manchester City and scored 8 goals. Then he went on to the Rags, Blackpool, Palace, Stockport County, Crewe, Exile and Bangor City, and ended in Cape Town, where he made 611 appearances altogether, 179 goals. So, for instance, but yeah, big tall gentleman, over 6 foot tall, 6'2" tall, died at the age of 63. So Ronald Wynne Davies, thank you very much for your service at Manchester City, and rest in peace, sir. Take care. All the best to your family. So, the good news yesterday was the goal that came on Sverre Nypan, who we finally got over the line. We're very nervous about this guy, for instance, because it looked like, for instance, the transfer was a bit, because it was like it was a here we go, but then, for instance, in Manchester, then there was a certain degree of stalling. I don't know what they're A and B and C and D's, etc. But it appears that, for instance, we've got a damn good youngster, the most promising youngster. I know Arsenal was sniffing around, PSG, Real was sniffing around as well. But is now sat there behind the City desk with a big smile on his face. Delighted to confirm that Sverre Nypan for Norwegian side Rosenborg, the 18-year signed a 5-year contract. You're taking him through the to the summer of 2030. I think we paid, what was it, 13 million, 15 million pounds. For instance, he's paid 70 Serie A appearances for Rosenborg, £9, registered 14 goals alongside 11 assists. I believe he's a generational talent. We heard this a lot, so for instance, we've got to wait to see. He's going to go on loan. It's a 5-year contract, so his first season is going to go on loan. And so what's it go? But hopefully he's one of the most promising young teenager talents emerge in the European game. So another one from Man City, joining Erling and Oscar at Manchester City. So wonderful, well done. So great news. Transfers. Okay, a lot of speculation yesterday. On Eddy. It looked like, for instance, according to some, LB was doing a chat yesterday, for instance, and he was talking about a Turkish media guys who were talking about, who were saying how he's better than enough done to go to Galatasaray, along with Mcfc Akanji and Ilkay Gundogan. Now again, Ilkay Gundogan's part representative said, "What the hell's going on? We never heard or anything. He's just focusing on the new season," which again upset a lot of City fans. Anyway, but Mcfc Akanji was also brought into the system as well. So it looks like Galatasaray, who've got a bit of cash to spend, trying to get Manchester City players. So he was 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, for instance, but they were saying the deal for Eddy is near enough done, and so he should be going to. He's on his way to Galatasaray. So which it's going to be a shame. And we are now definitely focusing on goalkeepers now, or getting one in. Ter Stegen was talked about, but were rubbish by a few City. I think Man City, a few City creators say nah, and then Ter Stegen, Donnarumma, PSG, James Trafford, and Douglas Luiz, who seems to be favourite of the four. For instance, looks like who could be the next goalkeeper at Manchester City. Whether he'll be playing as the lead number 1 or number 2, okay, well, depends. I don't know how Ortega will take this. Again, a guy I know that we're expecting to leave the next season, but again, he's not signed a new contract, and I think his nose will definitely be put out of the old if somebody else came in number 2. But I hope, and again, I hope he doesn't throw his toys out of pram and insists on going as well, and then we end up trying to find 2 goalkeepers. Would saying that though, for instance, if we get Diego Costa and James Trafford in, that might work out, but we'll see. But so it's a tricky one, and so I'm expecting basically, I'm saying about 90%. I think he's got more than Eddy's got to go. It's a shame, heartbreaking. He doesn't deserve it. We've disrespected Eddy. Fans, so-called City fans, I've disrespected Eddy, for instance, online. I think we've disrespected him as far as how much we paid him compared to. They were talking about. I think he was talking about Calvin Phillips was on £150,000 a week, 120, 150,000, where Eddy's only 100. You know, and yeah, come on. Yeah, so for instance, so it's no surprising. So we got to really get these contracts sorted out, etc., and not disrespect that players. For instance, in this way, you know, okay, it is a tough one though. You got Calvin Phillips. You know, again, you know, I've got no problem with Calvin. He's got a 3-year contract. He tried his best. He wasn't up to the Man City standards. There's nothing bad about him. He was an England international. Everybody was raving about him. We managed to get him, but it hasn't worked out. But unfortunately, so. But yeah, it's. Right, okay, so I'm sure there's other bits of too before I talk about the event today. If we're going, I think a lot of City fans will be down at the Etihad today, the shop, buying the new kit. But let me just have a chat, because there's probably a few other things I was going to have a chat to you about before I get on to that. Got a couple of minutes left, I believe. Right, I'm trying to keep my videos around about the 20 minute time, for instance. But I don't, because I know your time's busy, even though I could talk for the next few hours. So, yeah, looks like it's pretty nice. Look at the colour. Whoa, it looks beautiful. One thing, yeah, I'll come back to in a second to that. Sverre Nypan, Hugo Viana, Sverre Nypan and Hugo Viana. He's an exciting young player. The club has been monitoring him for quite some time. We feel happy. He has already has a number of standout qualities. He's only 18. He's going to be good. Don't keep Chelsea away from him, because Chelsea seem to be snapping up any Man City player. You know, and I think they've taken six Man City players so far. Chelsea, and Fabrizio Romano was saying that. But they're looking at Nicola O'Reilly. They've also had another one in the past. That son of a bitch who went to United. That waste of space. West Ham acquiring about Jack Grealish, though Everton remain favourites to get Jack Grealish over the line. Anyway, so now let's pop on the last story. Last story will be the St.Marks kit. If you don't know anything about Man City, Man City was formed in 1880 by a lady. What's it called? I didn't know we actually had a lady did it. It was basically because of the kids were a bit ruffians and they needed something to do, so they formed the St. Marks Church. Formed in Gorton. Had a roughly, you know, I could, you know, I'm just paraphrasing, so don't, you know, what about this? But it appears that, for instance, Man City they formed a sports club, but it was a cricket club, but the cricket club was only for the summer season, and they've decided to form a football club, and so there was a lady called Anna Cornwell. It was from Manchester City, basically. What's it called? She was she said, "Oh, let's have a football club." So they decided to have a football team, and the first recorded match was 13th of November, 1880. So it was called St. Marks after this church in St. Marks in Gorton, and it's still there. And so, for instance, we played in black with the St. Marks the cross, this cross, which is, I'm sure it's not on the kit. It would have been great if they had the cross. So, what's it called, against a church team from Macclesfield, St. Marks lost 2-1, though the first few matches were largely unsuccessful. They would record their first victory over Stalybridge South Clarence in March 1881. So, yeah, it was a popular claim to football, which became Manchester City, but it was successfully created by Anna Cornwell, which perhaps makes City perhaps the only major football club in the world with a female founder. There you go, how's that one? Official historian, yeah, okay, so there you go. We went on to become Ardwick FC, and then after that, what's it called? Ardwick, listen to this one, it's funny. Ardwick gained wider fame in 1891 by winning the Manchester Cup for the first time, defeating Newton Heath 1-0 in the final. The successful potential group decision. And who were Newton Heath? Went on to be the Rags. Okay, so yeah, so we beat them in 1891 in the Manchester Cup. And who was the first team to be called Manchester City? Manchester City. Before United. Boop! So, anybody else? So, yeah, the successful potential, yeah, so, anyway, so that's Ardwick FC, from where I was born, Ardwick. And, yeah, so, for instance, in Manchester, yeah. Alright, shall be talking like that, shouldn't I? Anyway, guys, but on that, so we're celebrating that. A lot of guys will be watching, we're wearing that. It's going to be great as our second kit. I thought it was going to be the Stripers, the first one, but yeah, I noticed the Stripers actually on the opposite side, isn't it? For the third kit. Anyway, so it's going to be the third kit. The black one's going to be the second. It looks sharp. It looks a winning kit. Yeah, anyway, so that's enough for me today. I'm going to be a good day. We're popping down to the Etihad to get the new kit. Sorry, cat from Thailand.